Hey guys, it's YodaJoe93. Before I start gaming with my friends, if you Jedi Knights are interested in joining the Star Wars community, make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because as I get bigger and bigger, we are going to build a brand new Jedi temple on YouTube together. It's going to be awesome. Ignite your lightsabers, hit them against that like button as soon as you can. Force push that like button so you can smash it double if you have to. And we're trying to build as many Jedi up in this temple as we can. And also for you Sith Lords, because I am also more on the dark side than I'm on the light side, we got many of that content coming for you as well. Without further ado, we're going to be breaking down and talking full spoilers about Obi-Wan Episode 6, the season finale. So we'll talk scene by scene and what they mean and how I reacted to them as a Star Wars fan. So the episode starts. We start pretty much in a similar shot, similar to A New Hope. After the recap, we have Vader's Star Destroyer chasing Obi-Wan's vessel from the last episode where we left off, which is pretty interesting. And Vader and the Inquisitor are debating over whether to go and pursue Obi-Wan. And the Inquisitor's saying that there's other targets that they should be focusing on. But Vader's like, this ain't just some Jedi. This is Obi-Wan. So I really appreciated this. It showed how determined Vader is to get his revenge. And I thought that was a very good story move. And also you see Obi-Wan talking to Roken and talking to everyone and tells everyone to look after Leia. Because he realizes after looking at his lightsaber one last time and talking to Qui-Gon, or thinking he's talking to Qui-Gon, he says he has to face him. He wants to end this. It's got to be over. So that's going on. And then meanwhile, we have Reva on one side all the way on Tatooine. She is now trying to get information about Owen so she can find a way to get Luke and kill Luke and get revenge on Vader. Because she knows that Luke is Vader's son. So that is, big plot twist, craziness, right? So that's happening over there. And then we go to this new planet that I do not remember the name of it. Hopefully we'll get more clarity in the behind the scenes stuff. But we go to this planet, and so basically Obi-Wan takes his ship, goes to this planet, and he meets Vader. And they have this amazing conversation where we get a parallel of literally, so as you know, everyone asks, does the rematch of the century live up to the hype? It absolutely 100% yes, it does. And the reason it lives up to the hype is because in this moment, as I did a rewatch of Revenge of the Sith recently, and I'll be ranking all the Star Wars movies later this week on the channel. But so the whole thing that I wanted to tell you was, during this scene, we get a callback to my favorite moment from Revenge of the Sith, where Obi-Wan, before he starts fighting Vader in Revenge of the Sith, says, I will do what I must. And Vader says, you will try. But in this fight, as Vader is older and much more pissed off and angry, Obi-Wan says in his epic high block battle stance with his lightsaber, he says, I will do what I must once again. Meaning that this is the time to put an end to this shit. He's ready to get it done. But then, Vader is like, instead of you will try, he says, you will die. And it's badass. Hayden Christensen's performance in this episode, fucking amazing. And we haven't even gotten to the best parts of this episode, guys. So then, we get to see Vader and Obi-Wan have this amazing duel. Vader even gets the high ground for a little bit. And then he gets in really close, fucking sucker punches Obi-Wan in the nose. It's fucking badass. This fight was incredible. And then Obi-Wan comes up from the rocks, lifts him up, fucking Space Jesus emerges, takes all the damn rocks and fucking just throws them at him, crushed him, beating the shit out of him. And then we got Reva going after Uncle Owen and Lars, and they're doing their thing. And then she's chasing Luke. She gets him she beats the shit out of both Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. And then pretty much she chases and takes Luke. And then Luke runs away. But just to provide context and continuity, she basically knocks Luke out, so he doesn't see the Force, and he doesn't see the lightsaber, because Luke is not supposed to see a lightsaber until A New Hope. That has to 100% happen. That's the way it has to be. So that's very important. So we keep that continuity, which I thought was really important as a Star Wars fan. I was very happy with that. And then we get to see, we go from between this and back to the battle. As we get back to the battle, Vader and Obi-Wan are going crazy, and Obi-Wan does a crazy jump, and he smashes the left side of Vader's face. Which, now the reason we talk about the left side of his his helmet is because in Rebels, if you've not seen Star Wars Rebels, Ahsoka smashes the right side. What this is cool is this sets up a cool parallel from Return of the Jedi, where Luke is the only one that can fully see Anakin's face at this moment and have taken him out from the darkness. Because Ahsoka and Obi-Wan were meant to be the closest people to Anakin. But the point of this story is Anakin was so far gone, it took something much deeper to save him. And I love that. I love the poetry of this. It was really cool. And so then the best thing is, he smashes him in the face. We see fucking Hayden Christensen's eye. And if you're watch this episode a couple times because you'll notice different things. So on the second viewing, I noticed, as you're watching it, when Obi-Wan first looks at him, his eye is blue to simulate that there's still some light in him, or so you think, and the light side reflection. But when he looks at him again, and he says to Obi-Wan, so basically what happens is Obi-Wan starts breaking down, and Ewan McGregor is such a talented actor that he starts crying and pretty much telling Anakin/Vader, I'm sorry for all of it. And it was such a beautiful line. It was so well paid off, so well tribute. I loved it. It was fantastic. And then Vader responds with, you didn't kill Anakin. I did. And it's an amazing delivery. The best thing about this scene is his face is broken up. So on one side of the face, you're hearing James Earl Jones. But on the other side, you're hearing this deep, epic Anakin voice. It's so badass. And so he says Anakin is gone. Pretty much, you didn't kill him, I did. And then Obi-Wan looks in Anakin's face, and after continuously smashing his chest plate by using the hilt of his lightsaber and slashing the back of his cape, so he couldn't really move, he pretty much says that my friend is truly gone, and he walks away. But Vader says, which in a moment that now basically rivals the iconic Maul saying Kenobi when he wants revenge, we hear Vader say, Obi-Wan! Obi-Wan! He gets pissed off, and it's fucking brilliant. Once again, we talked about at the beginning of this show, people have been sleeping on fucking Hayden Christensen since the prequels. This man's the fucking GOAT. If you are still complaining about Hayden Christensen after this show, get the fuck out of here right now. We're gonna go fucking lightsaber duel in the parking lot, and I'm gonna teach you how it needs to be doing. Because that's not how it works, guys. So this was fucking beautiful. It was brilliant. And then Obi-Wan senses as he walks away, he senses that Luke is in danger while he gets back on his ship. So he heads to Tatooine to confront Reva. But when he gets there, Reva has already realized, as she tries to kill Luke, she realizes that pretty much she doesn't want to become Vader. She doesn't want to do what he did in the temple with her friends, her younglings, all that. So she brings him back as they're all circling to go find Luke. She brings him back. And then we get Obi-Wan goes back to Alderaan to go and return Leia's droid, because he took Lola on the ship to kind of help him make his plan. So he goes and does that, and they have this really good emotional conversation where he tells Leia about her father and her true mother. So it hints at Padme and Anakin without having to really do it, and it keeps it open so it doesn't break canon. But it's really cool to see that they still have this really deep connection. And even Bail Organa tells Bail Organa and his wife, if you ever need me again for a mission, you know where to find me. Which sets up in A New Hope, help me Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. That's Xavier texting me. No worries, sorry guys, I got a text message. I'll deal with it after the video. But yeah, so basically that happens, and then it was this great hug moment between all of them, and he leaves on the ship, and Leia's dressed, cool parallel in this episode, Leia and Luke are both dressed similar. Leia has a similar outfit to how Anakin does, and to how she'll grow up into, and Luke actually is dressed like Anakin in Phantom Menace, and we even get a scene where he was acting like he's in like some sort of like mechanic shop, similar to how Anakin was in Watto when he was a slave. So it's super cool to see those parallels. I think that was great. Now it's time to talk about the two biggest parts of the episode and the two endings. So people complained throughout this entire show that they didn't like that the music was original and that we didn't get to see hear the original themes from the Star Wars movies. But that changes in this moment. So we're back on Mustafar. Vader's suit is put back together, and surprise cameo, guys. I got to do the voice. You seem agitated, my friend. What is wrong? And so Palpatine pretty much says, you know, if you do not bury your past, then what use are you to me? So he pretty much goes like, you know, if you're just gonna be worried about forget Kenobi. You don't need to worry about Kenobi. We got bigger plans. If you're focused on the one thing, then you are no longer my apprentice, and I have no more use for you. Pretty much that's how Palpatine would be. He doesn't think he needs Vader anymore. Vader's just a pawn to him now. Because he's useless to him. Because Vader's got this vendetta against Obi-Wan, and Palpatine's got trying to fry bigger fishes. So that's the big thing, guys. And this was such a great thing for Ian McDiarmid to come back. He looked awesome in this hologram. And then, as the camera fades out from this scene, we hear dun 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 dun. That's right. The fucking Imperial March starts playing, and I fucking love that shit. It was awesome. And so that's cameo number 1. Number 2. Now, if they did not do this in the show, these are the 2 greatest moments of this entire show. As epic as the battle is, 2 greatest things about this episode. Number 1. We get to see Obi-Wan is talking to Lars, and, you know, he's ready to move on. He's ready to leave, you know, because he feels like Luke can grow up on his own and won't need any mentors or any help. As he tells him, you'll be just fine, and he's your own and all these great things. But what happens is, he's about to get on his, like, camel thing and walk away. But then, Owen says, you want to meet him. He turns around, gives him the Skyhopper thing, a toy that he wanted to give him in the beginning of the show that we see Luke have in A New Hope and years later. He walks up to him. Sorry, I gotta do the voice. Walks up to Luke. So, insert person I'm talking to right now is Luke in this corner. Hello there. We get the hello there, the meme that we've all wanted to see, but he says it to Luke. So it was such a great moment. It was awesome. And the cool thing is, Luke in this moment is wearing a brand new outfit that's inspired by his comics that he's in when he's on Tatooine. He's got the backpack, he's got the newer robe, he's got the goggles. He looks sick. I hope we get to see more. I really hope we get to see more of this in a season 2. It would be absolutely incredible. And I'm here for it. I think it will be great. And then, closing shot of the episode, guys. Obi-Wan rides off on his camel into the sunset of Tatooine to a brand new location. Very almost Lord of the Rings-esque. Like going on a new location, I would say. And then, you hear, holy shit, you hear fucking Liam Neeson 27 years later, and he says, I've always been with you, Obi-Wan. And you're freaking out because it's fucking Liam Neeson, man. My childhood is literally coming back, and in the best, most exciting way. I was stoked to see him. To see him be a Force Ghost is great. Now, we're going to do a video later this week, because some people have argued that him showing up as a Force Ghost breaks the canon that George set up. But I'm going to do a video probably tomorrow that explains why it doesn't break the canon. So I look forward to that. But this was a beautiful finale. I loved most of this series. I know a lot of people had problems with the show. I have little minor nitpicks here and there. I wish the episodes would have been longer and there would have been certain things they did. But as long as we get to see more awesome Star Wars content, I'd say for the most part I'm very satisfied. The rematch of the century is one of my favorite episodes of... one of my favorite fights of Star Wars ever. The emotional moments between Obi-Wan and Vader in this episode are so good. The scenes of him being unmasked, super badass and amazing and very impactful and emotional. I love this finale, guys. I'm going to give this 10 out of 10. If you guys want to discuss more spoilers about the Obi-Wan show, if you guys would like to do me to do a live stream further talking about this, drop a comment or like down below, and I will see you in the next video. May the Force be with you. You will subscribe to the channel.